So today we're going to go over my top 3 most expensive watches that I own. Now, if you've seen my other videos, you probably already know which one it is, which ones they are, but I might throw in a little curveball, maybe, so let's get to this. All right, at number 3, we're starting in pretty cool. One that I have previewed quite a few times on here. The Omega Speedmaster Silver Snoopy 50th Anniversary Edition. Now, what's really cool about this is this has that cool feature on the case back, which I'll show you a clip of it later. But this is a very cool watch. It's my very first Omega, but it was pretty cheap. I paid about 18 grand for this, and right now on the market, it's valued at about 17.4. So I'm kind of down on it, but it's super cool because it has Snoopy on the case back doing that, but I have a better angle of it, which I'll show you now, and then I'll go over the specifications of the watch and why I bought it. Now, I mainly got it due to the complication on the back, the beautiful Snoopy going across the case back. Now, I knew nothing about the history of the Silver Snoopy Award, which is kind of cool, because it's actually all on the case back, and I will show you a picture of the case back right now. Now, I was looking up quite a few facts, but on the case back, there is a lot of information. Everything you need to know, just the basics, but it's a sapphire sandwich, so there's sapphire crystal on top, sapphire crystal on the bottom. It's a manual wind, and it has, oh God, it's beautiful. We'll just go into the history about it. You done? Thank you. Now, the history, so I'm going to be reading some of this verbatim, straight from the internet about the history. So we're going to start with the April 1970. Fuck, man. We're going to just go through it even if there's thunder and lightning. So on to the April of 1970. This is when astronauts were basically awarded the Silver Snoopy, Well, actually, the internet just says NASA astronauts present the Silver Snoopy to individuals or companies for outstanding achievements, related to human flight and stuff. But Omega received the award, I guess, after the Apollo 13 mission. And then, so essentially, okay, so that's the 1970s. So basically, they were just awarded it for doing air stuff and space and things, just to kind of dumb it down for you. So the Apollo 13 air space stuff, right, was known for having this very critical issue. Oxygen tank exploded, so they used, where's it at? A lunar module, basically to inhabit for a little while. And then I guess Speedmaster got involved. Well, they were involved. One of them was wearing a Speedmaster. And it was very critical because it was a 14-second engine, I guess, afterburners? Hold on. Okay, so what it says is that following the oxygen tank issue, they used that as this to re-enter Earth's atmosphere safely, essentially. They needed to redirect, but precisely redirect it. So I guess, Homeboy used an Omega Speedmaster to precisely time it, which was the 14 seconds little thing that explains the Snoopy going across the case back in 14 seconds because of the Speedmaster's involvement with that critical 14-second moment. So now we're going to... So back in, I guess, 1967, NASA adopted Snoopy to be their air safety mascot. So essentially, everybody got a pin that was Snoopy was on it, and that's actually shown if you remember the little clip I showed you of the seconds going by. That is the pin that was designed on the pin that they received. But it was their unofficial mascot was Snoopy, basically to keep people's spirits up. So essentially, that's the Snoopy significance. And then he just kind of came around, and then essentially after that entire mission, everybody received the silk. Not everybody, but the majority of the people that were involved in the mission had received the Silver Snoopy Award, Omega involvement and all that. But it was on in October 5th of 1970. Now you can see why I got it. I got it because of all the cool stuff that's on it. Now, that's the entire history of the watch. You can just buy the watch and not really know anything about it because all of the info is there. April 1970s, the Apollo 13, and then it will say Silver Snoopy Award of October 5th, 1970. That's basically all you need to know. And then your serial number's there, and then all your other stuff is on the case back. But it's super cool, especially with that chronograph going there. Very, very nice timepiece. I love it to death. Great watch. Not a daily watch, but it's a good watch. And it's tied to NASA, so I kind of wore it yesterday when the thingy landed, the Integrity had landed. And yeah, let's get on to the next watch. I have a chart for you too. Good Lord, I'm going to crash out. It's every single one. So I'm not going to lie, I used ChatGPT to do some of these charts and things. So once again, the information on the card for the Omega Silver Snoopy is incorrect. It is not the Apollo 11th. It is Apollo 13, just to clarify that. I'm sure you already know that based off the history, but just going to throw that in here right after the chart again. All right, next up, the one watch you actually see me wearing a lot of the time, and it's the Daytona. The Daytona is an amazing watch. I've done billions of videos on it. I'm wearing the last watch from the segment. This thing is bulletproof. There's really not much of a history to it, but I'll give you the specs on the changes they did from the old Daytona models to the new ones, and let me look up some facts, and then I shall put up one of the many pictures that I have. Okay, so the design has changed from the previous model, I guess, from post 2025. They had a redesign where basically they just elongated the hour hands, a more pointy hour indicator, and everything else. And now the bezel, instead of just being fully ceramic, has a metal border so it doesn't crack the ceramic. That's what I'm thinking. This one features the ceramic bezel and the ceramic dial, and they updated from the 4130 to the 4131, which is running this, which is out of all of my watches, the newest updated movement on any of my Rolexes, which is really nice. I prefer the older movements, but newer one's great. Same style, same everything, just a ceramic dial. Very cool watch. I think they said a shorter lugs as well. And yeah, I daily the crap out of this thing. So I'll do some pictures and stuff of it. And really, there's not much history to go over on it, but I basically got it for Christmas 2 years ago, and I still daily it every now and again, every day basically. I was gonna hopefully go for a Panda, but no, I got this and fell in love with it immediately because I wear a lot of dark colors. So let's do some pictures and maybe a video or something like that. Let's do it. Now, I think I paid about 28 for this, and they are I paid about 28 for this, and they now sell for about 30. So that's pretty cool. It's just a regular Daytona that I wear all the time. A lot of compliments, but it's very comfortable and it fits under a sleeve very well. It's very slim, unlike the Omega. It's got all the design keys, obviously. Sub-seconds, small seconds are at the 6 o'clock, whereas actually on the older zenith movements there on the 9 o'clock subdial, but not here because I'm not cool. But stainless steel bracelet, regular Rolex stuff. Pretty good number, 28. I'll have to fact check that, and then I'll probably put that in the description. But we have a chart for this one already made for you, so let's see it. Sorry, clarification on the Daytona list. This was an older list that I made. Back at the time, it was worth $24,500. Right now, it's not, so ignore that fact. It was paid $28,000 for it, and it's going on, you know, second market, gray market for about 30 to 32. So now, all right, I have two of these, and we all know which one I'm talking about. White gold time. The white gold GMTs. I have two of them. Now, these were fairly expensive. I got them for about $40,000 a piece, mainly because they're white gold. Now, the white gold stock models don't come on a Jubilee bracelet. They come on an oyster bracelet. I decided to buy a white gold Jubilee bracelet and throw it on here. Very cool movement. This runs the old style, bidirectional bezel, 3 time zones, jumping hours. They have all of the gadgets and gizmos, I guess. A very smooth movement of a 3186. Very nice time movement. It's held time very well. 28,000 beats. I guess your beat rate's 28.8. When it comes to smooth sweeping, this has that, and very good loom. It's very easy to see at night, but it also is very comfortable to wear. And honestly, I think it looks way better on the Jubilee than it does on the Oyster. Now, this is a great travel watch since you can bidirectionally rotate your bezel, and then you can jump the hour hand, but you also have your GMT hand right there, which you can use for home time if you're away. And the jumping hour makes it so much easier to change the time. Instead of having to line up all the hands, you can just jump the hour and it'll stay. The minute hand will stay where it's at. But yeah, really cool watch. The funny story behind it was, the reason I have two is the first one I got for someday. I don't remember exactly. I had it for about a couple weeks, and then, you know, something with the car happened, and I had to fix the bumper of a car, and boom, cracked the bezel in a lot of places. I still have it. It's in the other room. It was also featured in last video. Really good timepiece. So I'm restoring it. So I put a brand new movement in there with a aftermarket balance wheel, of course. And there, I need a new case with a crown and stem tube, and then it's good to go, really. So that's the tricky part, is getting that case for it, for the specific size. And yeah, I need a case, a bezel insert. The crystal's already gonna be there. Oh, maybe the bezel's already there too. It depends. I'm just listing out the parts that I will need eventually. Everything else there is perfect. It holds great time. I just want to wear it again so I can have two again. The first time I loaned it was before the bezel incident, I believe. And I had loaned it to my boss for a opening ceremony of his new store, our new shop. And that's the only cool memory behind it, because I wore mine as well. So there was about 100 grand in Rolexes floating around a store. So it's a pretty funny story. But these go up to $45,000 to $50,000 on the market right now, which is crazy because it's way up. Now, a regular old Pepsi, right? Black dial, oyster bracelet, stainless steel, certain year, it's going up to 40 grand for those right now. These are very high demand, high supply, but this is the white gold. You can tell because it has the blue dial. Blue dial is a very important key, and you can actually change the date back a day and then forward a day as well, so that's pretty cool. I've taken apart the movements on these many times on this channel, so we will get to the chart now, and then I have a picture of the big three for you at the very end. All right, that's going to do it for today's video. I just out of nowhere decided to spew some history and facts on the Omega, but there's really not much going on with the white gold GMT. or the Daytona. The Daytona just had a redesign. But thank you for hanging out with me. You can see me live every day from 8 to 10, or sometimes throughout the day. Random appearances. Sometimes I'll do guitars, watches, ghosts, food. What else? Other stuff. We just hang out sometimes. A lot of Cheetos. Throwing Cheetos, throwing hands, throwing it back. Throwing some cheeks, Get them booty cheeks out there, just working on the demons back there anyways. I threw it back in the portal room anyways. I think that's going to do it. Make sure you like and sub. I'm desperate and I need subscribers and I'm looking forward to monetization. But there's always one last thing I have to say, and it is, take your pants off, Chris.